entertainment non-stop.
Information is power. Information is life. Information is what you need to navigate your daily lives. And that is what Paper Trend stands for on Midas Radio 90.5 FM.
Fasten your seatbelts. Let's take you around the newspapers across Nigeria.
We don't just reel out the stories. We also bring diverse analysis to the issues. We give you, the listeners, ample time to share your thoughts on the issues.
Join us from 7:30 to 8:30 in the morning, Mondays to Fridays.
For Paper Trends, a paper review show you can't afford to miss. Only on Midas Radio 90.5 FM.
And it's a beautiful morning from this end to welcome you on Midas Radio 90.5 FM here in Ado Ekiti. I would start by saying happy Easter Monday and happy Easter to all our listeners out there. It's a beautiful season, and we pray that the reason for the season stays with us. The reason for the season be a portion, and all the blessings attached to the season never elude us. We also want to thank all our listeners at this point. We want to say happy Easter to them. Thank you so much for always engaging our contents. Thank you for always staying tuned to Midas Radio 90.5 FM here in Ado Ekiti. Good morning and welcome once again. This is Paper Trends, the paper review show to kickstart your day, where we check through the pages of the newspapers to bring you trending issues across Nigeria and beyond. We start by taking the headlines, and then we take a step further into picking the stories one after the other with the help of our analysts, and then we get to open the phone lines for our listeners at home to be a part of the conversation. And I want to welcome you to the very first installment of Paper Trends for the week. I am Esther ISAH. Don't forget that you can join us live on Facebook at Midas Radio 905, at Midas Radio 905, to be a part of the conversation. Stay with us, don't go anywhere. All right, let's start by taking some of the headlines we have this morning. I have with me, to begin with, the Punch newspaper. ESTHER attacks, bandits kill 16 in Benue, Katsina, Kaduna. You find that on page 7. ADC, no secret deal with factional chair. You find that on page 8. Federal government hikes 2026 borrowing plan by 11 trillion naira. You find that on page 24. 2027, Atiku hires U.S. lobbying firm for $1.2 million, says report. 2027 election, political storms brew over PVC validation. That story has writers. Opposition parties want INEC to cancel planned PVC revalidation. And ADC PDP obedience flag disenfranchisement, say rural voters at risk. INEC ask Rex to suspend preparations amid backlash. All right, talks intensify as Bauchi governor delays ADC defection. You find that on page 8 this morning. Obedience mobilized for Occupy INEC protest. You find that on page 8 as well. Tinubu okays 3.3 trillion naira power debt bailout. You find that on page 24. And the Lagos pastor wife nabbed with illicit drugs. You find that on pages 4 and 5. Oyo 2027, a marking day moves to name successor. You find that on page 8. These are the headlines on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. All right, on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, unsold goods push companies to offer credit deals worth 810 billion naira as analysts canvass credit policy to boost sales productivity. You find that on page 11. Insecurity, Delta Cross River evacuate students from Unijaz. All right, 2027, Tinubu's ex-ministers face tough battles in states. Nigeria devolving into one-party state, says Makinde. You find that on page 10. The previous one you find on page 5 this morning. Digitization. We no longer accept paper documents across MDAs, says Head of Service Wilson Jack. You find that on page 8. 2027, no opposition party will control Kano, Nigeria, says Governor Yusuf. You find that on page 29. We have this one. Epileptic power supply. Tinubu approves 3.3 trillion naira to restore reliable electricity. ESTHER tragedy. Hades terrorist kills 16 in Benue, Kaduna. You find that on page 6. ESTHER, Nigeria will rise if leaders act now, says Khan. You find that on page 9. These are the headlines on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. All right, on the front page of the Nation newspaper, declare Bari-based seat vacant. Abga tells Senate. You find that on page 5 this morning. CBN tightens regulatory framework for banks. You find that on page 14. 3 CNG buses explode at Motor Park. You find that on page 26. Troops rescue 31 abducted Kaduna church worshippers. You find that on page 26 as well. ADC crisis self-inflicted, says Senator Abo. How party betrayed Bala Gombe. Governor Yusuf is no match for APC in Kano. You find that on page 4. All right, President and North governors, others condole with Jega over wife's death. You find that on page 6. Tinubu okays 3.3 trillion naira power sector debt settlement plan and final resolution of legacy issue to boost electricity supply. You can also check that out. Operation Safe Corridor established to curb recruitment of terrorists. You find that on page 6. Pope sings end to war in Easter homily. All of this you would find on the front page of the Nation newspaper this morning. All right, on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper, we have this one. Bandits kill 5 worshippers in Kaduna Church. Troops neutralize 65 in Zamfara. Recapitalization, private sector credit drops by 1 trillion naira. 10 years after Kwankwasia mega city unoccupied. Funding without flow. Water crisis deepens across states. Lassa fever, death toll hits 146 as Bochi Taraba lead. Teenage sisters invent AI-powered tool to tackle post-harvest losses. Terrorists kill 5 policemen in Borono, Katsina. INEC suspends voter revalidation amid rising concerns. These are some of the headlines on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. And on the front page of the Daily Post newspaper, out-of-school children concerns as millions of children face bleak future in northern Nigeria. 9 killed in Easter Day attack in Benue community, says police. Amnesty International urges probe into reckless military gunfire following Meduguri girl's death. War, you are unstable, delusional. Iran reacts to Trump's threat. Police nabbed 26-year-old suspected armed robber in Oyo. Madi Shehu takes swipe at Tinubu following INEC voter revalidation suspension. Former Jigawa Central Senator Nakodo joins ADC. ADC clears air on David Mark resigning as national chairman. Come to our party. NDC woos Bochi's Governor Bala Mohammed. INEC deregistration. Professional party of jumpers. Blame yourself. Omokri hates ADC. These are some of the headlines you would get from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. All right, it's time for us to start to take these issues one after the other. Don't forget that you can join us on Facebook at Midas Radio 905 to be a part of the conversation this morning. And so we are going to be joined by our analyst, that's the person of engineer Muyiwa Obayoju, to be a part of this segment with us. Stay with us, don't go anywhere. All right, a very good morning to you, Engineer Muyiwa Obayoju, and happy Easter.
Good morning, Esther. Happy Easter to you. Happy Easter to our listeners out there. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us once again. All right, let's start by taking this one where we have this unfortunate incident with attacks in some states across the Federation. ESTHER attacks, bandits kill 16 in Benue, Katsina, Kaduna. A wave of deadly attacks marred Easter celebration in northern Nigeria, leaving at least 16 persons dead and dozens more displaced across Borno, Katsina, Benue, and Kaduna states. In Benue state, suspected armed headers stormed Mbalom, Ambassador, and the Ghana communities in the Gwere East local government area, killing 10 people and injuring several others, while residents fled to safer areas. In Kaduna State, terrorists raided 2 churches and killing 5 worshippers and abducting 31. However, the Nigerian army troops had rescued the 31 that was abducted. And we also have in Borno State, where suspected Boko Haram terrorists attacked a Wapo community in Chibok local government area, burning houses and shops and forcing residents to flee. This comes after 24 hours after 4 police officers were killed following an attack on an internally displaced persons camp and a police post in Damasak and Ngazi, still in Borno State. And so in all of this, we could recall when President Bola Tinubu went for that condolence visit in Plateau. He said he would try. I promise that there would be no repeat of attacks. And we don't know if he was only concentrating on Plateau State or he was telling that to the whole Nigerians. And it's like no matter what the government do, no matter what troops do, we still have the lives of Nigerians wasting day by day from the hands of these persons. What do we do? Where do we go from here?
Well, I think what we are seeing now is to show us the difference between words and action. I think it's more important to put more action into it than where words and rhetorics. And you see, most of the time, we find out that each time the president go to condole or to talk, it's like these people said, all that you are saying does not concern us. Because most of the time, at the end of the day, they will come back again to really show the president that we are in charge, we are in control. I think the president really need to do more that because the killing is becoming too much. Now, people are in their home celebrating the Easter holiday and everything, and you see the bandit, you just go to them. People are in church celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. People just enter the church. This terrorist just enter the church in deference to really let the government know that there's nothing you can do. Now, are we saying the government are not trying? No, the government are trying. They are trying, but it's just that but probably the method they are using, like I've always been saying, when you are using one method, you have to change the method. The method they are using is no more effective. Not that it's not working, but not that effective in stopping them. Now, they have camps everywhere. And I think this is high time, like somebody said, either you hire mercenaries. I think Jonathan hired mercenaries at that time. It was a politics that they didn't allow him to use that mercenaries. People, they hired mercenaries from South Africa. But at that time, the APC were in government. They are the one that raised alarm to the fact that why is the president bringing foreigners? Why are they bringing mercenaries? They didn't allow those people to work that time. And I think this is the time that they are in government now. I think it's better they hire these same mercenaries now to really combat this issue. Number 2. Now, the governors should also be involved. I think the governors have been allowed to stay more aloof. Now, where everybody in the country now see the president as the one that's supposed to do. Yes, he's the president who's in charge. Now, the buck lies on his table. But now it's time that there's to convocate a conference of both the presidency and the governors of that system to really sit down with experts to iron out how they are going to tackle it. So now, because now this one that really happened is even very bad, very sad. Now we're talking of Plateau State, they went to Benue. Now where we are talking, they're in Kaduna. Where we are saying something, they're in Katsina. Now we don't know the one that happened in Kwara and those states. Now this is just to tell the government that they are not really doing, they are not really doing much, or that whatever they are doing does not really affect them. And I've said it that what we have now is what the government needs to employ technology. Now all the money that is going to this is just being wasted. Now we can invest in one drone or two now to map out all the cells of these people. They have cells everywhere where they can map it up and really destroy all these cells and set them out. But I don't know if there's this political side of it where the willpower to actually do that, and this is from the side of the government, because it's not supposed to be as difficult as the government really wants to work. Now, there's no people know where they are. People know they are. Now, why I said they should meet with governors is that the issue of this having meeting with them, especially in the northern part of the country where they are always meeting, they will come out, they will meet with governors, they will go back, and there will be police, there will be soldier, everybody will looking at them. They carry their arms and come and meet governors in Zamfara, in Katsina, and they carry the same arm and go to the bush. Now, there's no way. It's that you are giving them more power to be able to do that. So it's time that there is meeting between the president and the governors also how to end this thing once and for all. And it's time now that the president should not deploy technology. I mean, talking of the state of the arms, not to Kano. I'm talking of drone. Nigeria doesn't have drone. We cannot invest in drones and now begin to use it to monitor these cells. And one time or the other, now destroy all these cells once and for all. Now it is better to invest once and for all in it than to be wasting money. Look at what the volume of billions of dollars of naira and even dollars that's gone to it this year again. That's going to the budget this year again. All this money will just go out there, and yet we are not seeing anything. The lives of the citizens is being wasted day by day. They try to rise more on what they are doing, and they show more willingness to really stop this. I'm very sure they want to stop it, they will stop it. Enough of play politics with this thing. I think it's high time to really save the Nigerians from shedding the Nigerian blood every time on harm, without any provocation. Just go to a place, just go to a church, shoot everybody, go to the city, shoot everybody. Enough is enough. The president should rise up and know what to do at this time and really show that willingness. Doesn't mind politics, doesn't mind whether I'm coming back second time or not. And like I used to say, if you can stop this security, it's a guarantee that people will say, oh, you are stopping security, oh, electricity is bad, oh, this one is working. Then that would be that we'll see what he's doing, want him to continue. But they're using the lives of Nigerians as a means that I want to get back to power. To me, it doesn't good at all. Especially not even this on a holiday. You just go there, keep everybody. It's becoming too much. The parents should really rise up.
All right.
And the governors too, the security officer of their state, the governors should not leave it for the president. They also, even the local government chairman, all of them are part to play in it, and they should rise up to do something.
All right. While still talking insecurity, APC chairman Nentawe Yuwatda had said Nigerians must stand together to fight insecurity. National chairman of the APC, Professor Nentawe Yuwatda, has emphasized the necessity for citizens to unite in the battle against insecurity. In his Easter message directed to Christians throughout Nigeria, he encouraged all individuals to adopt the enduring principles of sacrifice, hope, peace, love, and national unity. I would just stop here. Quite a lot of other leaders gave a lot in their Easter messages. And it's like, we have the same sentences across board. Nigerians should unite. Nigeria should endure. The principles of sacrifice, the love, the peace. And it's like, at this point, Nigerians are the ones enduring. On the other side of the bridge, we don't see any form of endurance from their end. Or what do you think at this point? Now Nigerians should stand together again to fight insecurity. How?
That's the hypocrisy of the ISO. I don't mind them. They all like this, like somebody is writing all this thing for them that will come and be reading to us every time. Nigeria should stand together. Nigeria that is unharmed. Nigeria should stand together. Nigeria does not have power to carry arms. Nigeria should stand together. Nigeria that is just doing their thing. And then what is now the business of the day? What is business? What is the duty of government if it's not to protect lives and property of citizens? Now it is when there is problem that they want Nigeria to stand together. But when the money is going to their pocket, they don't remember that Nigerians are somewhere suffering. They don't remember that the Nigerians could not access health facility. They don't remember that Nigeria doesn't have good roads. But when it's time for security, there is Nigeria that will sacrifice. Where are their children to come and lead the sacrifice? Where are their family members? Now, all these things we are talking about, have we ever had at one time that it affects any of the political appointees, whether governors or presidents, or it affects all these ministers or senators. It doesn't affect them. But it is the common man that is always suffering. It is common man that doesn't enjoy defense of democracy. It is common man that doesn't enjoy security. But at the end of the day, we say Nigeria should do this, Nigeria should do that, Nigeria should sacrifice. It is that Nigeria to sacrifice. But now, when the goodies now comes, you didn't see them. When their social security, it's the same people that will divide it, that will take it to their family house. When money is coming, they will pocket it. But when there are issues, they just stand together. How? We are not harmed. You cannot carry harm. You cannot carry anything. There's no reason for all those ones. But yet, they want Nigeria to say, don't want Nigeria to just begin to die for nothing. I don't blame them. You see, I blame some of us too. That even all this one that I'm talking about, who are those that are still supporting them? Who are those that are still hailing them? Who are those that are still running after them? It's not the same Nigeria. So they are leveraging on the fact that we don't even know what's supposed to do, because now in the Senate climes, these are enough reason now to even pass through of no confidence to some of these governors, senators, all of them. But yet we've been running after them, and that's why when people are talking on a platform like this and they are shouting, I don't see it as anything. Now let them translate that to vote. They will not do that on the day of election. Some of them will be so low to collect 5,000 after they are shouting, "This government is bad. This government is bad. This government is not good." Now let them go to the poll now to demonstrate that okay, this government is bad. We don't want him. You won't see that. You will not see them collect money. You not see them, and these same people that have been shouting vote against their conscience. So how do they want Nigeria now to come out under this circumstance? Is it now to now face the people that are carrying AK-47? Arms is not allowed. It's not allowed in Nigeria. Yet these people carry it, and they carry it. They are not hiding it. They show it to the public glare that they are carrying it. And up to today, we're asking questions: how does this arms get to them? Up to today, we're asking questions: how do they get logistics? Up to today, we're asking questions: how are they financed? How do they have money to recruit people? Up to today, we are still asking questions. So these are the issues. Even the northern governors, they have their own part to play. The out of school children in northern governors, is alarming. It's rising every day. 80% of the youth population in the north, they are out of school. They are bongeries. What are the northern people doing with all the humongous amount that goes to Kano, with the one that goes to Kaduna, most of the states of the north? What are the governors using this money to do? They cannot put these children into school. They cannot put these children to rehabilitate them. They allow these children to be vulnerable, so that these people could just come with 3,000, with 5,000 gifts to them, or with food gifts to them, and take them to the bush and treat them. So it's a complex thing. And that's why I said there's need for the president to call the governors together and find a means. Now, you must stop the recruitment. You must stop the proliferation of harms. You must stop how this thing gets to them. Up to today, government has not been able to ask the question. They are not able to address this. How do they get this harm? They have just been talking, but the salient question: how they get logistics? How is the money that is used to finance this? How does it get to them? We have central bank, we have commercial bank, we have all banners of banks, we have all of them in the country, but NFIU are not able to trace funds getting to these people in the bush. All these are some of the things that are there. So it's a complex matter that president really need to address. They want to address it. It concerns everybody: local government chairman, the governor, the president. All of them are complicit in all this. So and that is the reason why it's been very difficult. Now let's deal with the issue of out of school children. Let's deal with the issue of unemployment, because and I don't have this devil's workshop. There are a lot of issues to deal with. Once the government are able to deal with that, then let's now begin to stop leave politics out of it. Those names that are hiding, that are being KIV, bring the names out. Lead it to Nigeria. Let Nigeria know who their enemies are, so that we go after them. Let Nigeria knows that who are those sponsoring them, who are those benefiting from them. Let's detect those saboteurs that are giving them information, those that are giving them intelligence. Let Nigeria knows. Stop mining operation in Nigeria and see whether it will not have its own affairs. Stop mining operation in every part of in Burkina Faso, in Niger. The first thing the president does was to stop mining operation. That's one of the ways to curb insecurity, because some of these foreigners are part of those sponsoring insecurity to protect their illegal mining operations in the northeast, the Sanfara, Katsina area. That these are there, even in Adamawa there, so Nasarawa. So you stop illegal mining operations everywhere. Stop them, revoke licenses, and say at least for the next 2 years, no mining. And let's see whether this thing will not be affected, because it's part of the whole thing. And this is it. And also, policy also is playing its own part. Some people are using it to destabilize government so that for their own political. So that's why I say it's a very complex thing. But if the president really want to address it, they will address it. But they don't want to address it because of their political purpose.
All right, let's go into politics proper, where ahead of the 2027 election, Atiku Abubakar has reportedly hired U.S. lobbying firm for $1.2 million. Ex-Vice President Atiku Abubakar has hired the Washington-based lobbying firm to strengthen his reputation in the U.S. Details of the deal are contained in a statement filed with the U.S. Department of Justice, which showed that the agreement was signed on March 9 and 10, 2026 by the firm's managing partner and Nigerian politician Fabiyi Oladimiji on behalf of the former vice president. The contract is aimed at shaping perceptions of Atiku within U.S. policy circles and countering narratives linked to the Nigerian government. I think this thing occurred, I think, late last year or earlier this year when we had it with the current administration saying they paid more like a PR firm to project the government properly. And now we have an article also in the space trying to do the same. In all of these things, these persons are coming to serve Nigerians, so to say, let's put it that way. But do you think any amount of image placing can change who they are in the true sense and what Nigerians think of them?
I don't understand this their rhetoric. I don't know. You want image, you want to shape your image, not even within your country, outside the country. What effect will that have on you within your country? You want to run for president in Nigeria. You are a president in Nigeria. You are sending money to abroad to shaping your image. I don't know. Is it for so that you'll be allowed to travel there, or what do you want to do? It is the within that is that you have a saying that Adarani Tama Daranile. You are very good. Everybody say you are you are a wonderful person. But in the house, your children cannot even say you are this. Your wife cannot say you are good. Then you are bad. Because those are the ones that are closer to you. That if you don't do anything to mend your image within the system, that means that you don't even value your country. You don't see Nigeria to be anything. So if the president can spend that humongous amount of money has been alleged to spend for image making in abroad, not even okay. If he has done that in US, what happened to the UK? What happened to Europe? What happened to Asia country? So that means that after he has done with US, he's now going to look for that maybe $2 billion again to send to Europe and so on and so forth. You see, these are misplaced priorities, and these people are just wasting money. And that is the reason why some of them are even going there, for example, because some of the money they have embezzled, some of the money they are currently enriched themselves is what they are wasting. Some people just look at it, how do I get money from these people, and just send it to them. Your Excellency, you need to just get some money and let's go abroad now so that now we can remove your image. But what of the image within here? What of the image that has been enriched, encircled, entrenched in the heart of every Nigerian? So how do you do that to them? How do you change those images? How do you do that? So these are some of the things. Our politician doesn't care about what I've been saying this several times. And we don't, until we have this understanding, it's then that we will know how to vote and vote right. But if you are still playing this gullible part of followership and ethnic part of followership, religious part of followership, and this political aspect of followership, not even what these people can offer us, then I'm continuing to talk from time to now. Right. We have the power. But until we know how to use our power and base the judgment based on the performance, not on who they are, where you come from, not on the church or the religion you belong to, not on the party you belong to, but on performance. That it doesn't matter whether you are PDP or APC or PDP or ADC, that what have you done as a government the first time that merits you to come back? What have you done? And what have you citizen as a citizen of Nigeria that merits to become a governor in the first time? These are the things that will make the country to be better, not all these ethnic, religious, and political divides that we are following every time. If we have a presidential candidate that doesn't care that it may need to be better within the system, but he wants it to be better outside, then that's not that. I don't see that person now really believe that we are really amount to anything to him, because he believes that he wants to make his made better within us. If we have a leader that says that they should go and make his made better, but rather than do something here that change that, anybody can change at any time to point in time. And when you change, it will be seen that you have changed. So now, if a leader change, everybody will know that, oh, is performing very well now. This guy is doing good now. This guy is doing well now. We can see the effect. But once that one, you feel that one is not important, that Nigeria is gullible, whether I do well or not, just give them money, they will collect. But in abroad, I need to do something so that they allow me to go there anytime I want. So let me send some money there. Then it shows how we are to them. It shows how valuable we are to them. And we must note that, to know that these are not the set of leaders that we want in this nation. But like I said, unfortunately, we understand us that we have a formula that when they use it for us, it works like magic. And what's the formula? Don't worry. Make them go hungry. Don't worry. Just whatever you are doing, get enough money. On the day of election, give them some stipends. they will change their mind. All the rules and they cry. This government is bad. This government is not doing well. This government is this. They will change it and now change their mind and calculate and vote. That's just it. Something that happened since 1999.
All right. I still want to take this story from the ADC before we move to other aspects. ADC takes democracy concerns abroad, appoints envoys to engage foreign governments. All right, the African Democratic Congress has appointed envoys in 12 foreign cities as part of a new initiative aimed at drawing global attention to what it described as a growing pattern of undemocratic practices and attacks on opposition members in Nigeria. In a statement at the weekend, the party's National Publicity Secretary, Bolaji Abdullahi, announced the creation of a special representatives network in key foreign capitals to strengthen international engagement and promote democratic accountability. According to him, there had been attempts to destabilize opposition parties, and that is why they now want to establish communications with foreign governments, stakeholders, global media organizations, and they've appointed envoys to stand in the gap. So the envoys will brief their host countries on Nigeria's political environment. Do you think this is needed, and is it safe enough for us that we take our matters outside the shores of Nigeria to start to, just because we feel something is kind of not going our way? Or what do you think?
Esther, who has bewitched us in this country to now begin to think this? I don't understand. Sometimes when you talk like this, they say you are this, you are that, you are, I don't know, you are petty, you are something. I don't understand. Who has bewitched us? Nigeria is a sovereign state, for goodness sake. Now, every time, it's like the last election, they say we're going to right. Some people went to US and do protests and say, come and take over Nigeria. Some people are even writing on social media that Trump is coming to remove Tinubu, just to remove Maduro, just to remove Pereira, just to remove. I would just laugh and say, these people, they are bereft. They don't even have any single knowledge. What would that do? You go there, you waste money in dollars, you now come here and meet the status quo. You meet the same thing that is happening. I don't understand. Now, instead of these people now to go to court and say that time is not on our side, we want accelerated hearing. Appeal court say go back to the lower court and adjudicate, start from there, do your matter there. Instead of them to go to court and say we need accelerated hearing, rather than wasting time and just be doing an effort that will lead to nowhere. By the time you now go there, write to all the nations of the world, what were they going to do? To come and remove the president? What they do is that they put them, and that's what US have done. They say, okay, all this leeway, blacklist, you can't come to US. That's all because we are not anti-democratic. But would that change the fact of what is on ground here? These people, I don't know who is advising them, that all of them just feel that the next thing they need to do is to go to US. The next thing they need to do is to call every international community to come and invade Nigeria or to come and remove Nigeria. The last time they said Trump is coming to come and remove President Tinubu, just as he has done to Maduro, I laughed that this people doesn't have understanding. They don't have knowledge at all. At the end of the day, the Tinubu invited the president's wife to do it and said he's a fantastic woman, a wonderful president. So what are we talking about? So they support, they are living like you will say, one let them write to anywhere in the world. If they don't do the right time before the time goes, it has happened in Nigeria. Heaven did not fall. Wike became the governor of Rivers State because all the APC candidates at that time, 2019, they were suspended. They were disqualified. I never did not fall. It happened in San Francisco State. Now, the whole of APC candidate there were removed and they put PDP there. Everything did not fall. If they think that they are going to bring one maybe UK President Starmer or Trump or Europe Prime Minister to come here, they are just wasting time. All they need to do now is that now let them go to court and say, please interpret what's different between status quo ante or status quo ante belong. Now, the INEC has misinterpreted it. Now, let's see the interpretation. That's what I expect them to be doing by now, to go and seek the interpretation of that, or to go to the lower court and seek for accelerated hearing. INEC has made it clear to them, and I don't think they understand that if they did anything that is going to be, the next person will be given to them. And how are they going to communicate with INEC? Now, the chairman is suspended, secretary is suspended. There's no way. But the party has not been disqualified. So, which means that there's still window for them. This is what they're supposed to explore. Go to the lower court. Gas the judge. Because of the timeline, your lordship, please give us accelerated hearing on this matter. Help us interpret this so that at least our party can go on and continue. We can do our convention. That's what they're supposed to do. Now, sending those people abroad there to waste money, it's an effort in foot. And if anybody believes that it's going to have any result, that person is just wasting. It's like daydreaming. Like there's nothing US is going to do on our democracy. We're a sovereign nation. The worst they can do is to make those people pariah. That is, these people, they cannot enter here. These people and that blacklist like them, and that will not stop anything in Nigeria. It since 1999. Although when military were here, there are a lot of things from outside. It doesn't change anything. Let them go to the lower court, receive facilitated hearing, let them adjudicate over the matter so that it can be restored back, and so that this thing can continue within the timeline that is given by INEC. Or else, there will always be riot and there will always be protests, and it will not resort to anything. If they let occupy everywhere in Abuja, it won't change anything because it's a law that has been passed, and this is the law that we are following. And so, whether the man is or that interpreting the law well or not, he's supposed to go back to the court and say, "Help us interpret this." The man did not interpret it very well. What it doesn't mean when they go status quo ante bellum, and that the meaning in Latin means go back to the time before the war starts. Now, the question now is, when did the war start? Is it before when the was still the shaman, or before it was the shaman?
Right.
So that is what we need, interpretation of what they need now. And it's the court that will do that, not US, not UK. All those ones, they are placed priority.
All right, before we open the phone lines, let's take this one in Ekiti, where former governor Kayode Fayemi had said all Ekiti APC aspirants must face direct primaries. Former governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, has urged all progressives, Congress members and supporters across the state to disregard the rumor of endorsement of any National Assembly aspirant for the 2027 general election. Fayemi said that the Electoral Act provided for consensus and direct election modes for the conduct of the primaries, said the condition for consensus was when everybody was in agreement. Speaking at Ishankete at the weekend, he however said if we have one person that had said, "Oh, I'm not in agreement with this," then people must go to the polls. And before now, there had been issues around consensus. We see issues around consensus candidate. We have persons come out to speak, and in the course of all of these at the weekend, persons had come out to finger the former governor, saying, well, he did some things with his own appointees during his own time that did not look like it went through an electoral process. It was more like an appointment. Okay, I'm endorsing this person. I have this person come on board and all of that. And it's like, at this point, we are in a limbo. Consensus, direct primaries, where do we stand?
Well, by even putting consensus in that electoral law, it becomes a problem. And APC is known for that. Now, talking about Kayode Fayemi, even when I look at that, when I was watching that yesterday, those who I was looking for, I didn't get any of them there. The governor is not there. There's no current senator. There's no current rep member. There's no any high big wigs. It's like it's just his own followers that they gathered yesterday. And just as you said, we know who Fayemi was. During his own time, he hold form he hold the form. The form is in his hand. He gave an order that nobody can to go and purchase form by himself. So it's the one that was giving them form. If you are the one that's going for Ado local government, this is your form. Nobody can go to Abuja to purchase form. That is what he did during his time. Now it's now coming to now begin to say, it is Slavic sometimes. When you have that power, you are using it. You don't know that power is transient. The time you are there today, tomorrow you are no more be there. So when I didn't see those people there, I said, this is that this man is saying. Well, he did worse during his time. However, the consensus will always lead to problems. Now, when you begin to look at people that are murmuring, ranting now, they are saying that the way things are going now is going to cause issues, because now you allow people to display their popularity, even though what Fayemi is saying is what's supposed to do, but he didn't practice what he was preaching, because during his own time was even worse. He has the form. He didn't allow anybody to purchase form then. He was giving it to those people that want that is giving form. So now, let people...
Engineer Banyoju, we have to reconnect with them.
Display their popularity. And I like this, the other aspect of it. So show your popularity among members. So if they say you are the one they want for Ado North, Central District, Ekiti North, Ekiti South, Ekiti Central, let them pick the person that is popular. That one we put paid to acrimony. That one put paid to quarreling. There are now some who don't know that at least the people voted for him. They didn't vote for me. Not that it's me they will have voted for. They love me more than him, but because it's governors prefer candidate, and that will lead to a lot of issues within the party. And that has been the problem of APC generally. This consensus issue, especially in Ekiti State here, where even during the PDP method, it's still the same thing. When Fayose was there, is one that's anointing those people that will do one to the other. It's wrong. We call it democracy. It should be democratic in nature, where the people must be allowed to participate in the process. Now, we want to choose somebody, let the whole member say, this is the person we want for rep, this person we want for the state house assembly, this person we want for senate, this is the person we want for governor. Not that they just pick and say, you are the one that is going there. No way. There's no way. When somebody has invested in the party, and at the end of the day, the governor pick another person, it's not because he will look at his laws and say, no, if the people have rejected me, I will know that, the people rejected me. But now it is the governor that doesn't want me. And it's going to cause a lot of chaos.
Some persons are saying the governors might be trying to pick who would work with them perfectly, like they know them.
It's not democratic. No, there's not like who will work with me perfectly. You should be able to work with anybody. We want to talk about party supremacy. Now, the party should be able to be above every candidate, party-made candidate. You cannot contest on you because there's no independent candidacy. So, if you are contesting on the platform of a party, the party should superintend over you. Now, what does that mean? That the party rules must be followed. Now, let every party member participate. Let them know that at least this is the person we chose. We'll be happy to it because it's the person everybody chose. Out of 1,000 members of the party, 800 chose this person, 250 show this person, 40 show this person. He will know that it's a popular opinion rather than this people. And everybody that comes there as a governor, I don't know, sometimes when governors are even, when you are a governor, you should be able to work with. I used to make this analogy. When Shegun was there at that time, it meant 13 PDP, 13 APC, and he worked with them successfully. You know, the matter of communicating your ideas to them and bringing them together. I don't know why governors are not able to work with people. Repubana, as another example in Bayelsa, you have number of people that you cannot even work with and say, this is it, these are the idea, this is what we want to do. So the issue of president saying that these are the people I can work with, these are the ministers I can work with, and you choose a particular part of the country where we say we are one, then it's wrong. The idea of governors saying these are the people I can work with. Once they are citizens of your state, once they are citizens of your country, you'll be able to work with them. People are not the same. So you can't expect everybody to be the same. And most times, with the beauty of democracy is that we have dissenting voices. Why even in the cabinet, people are there. So I just believe that this way is good, but let us look at this way. Not that a dictatorship type of leader. This is what I want. Yes. This is what I want to do. Yes. This money I need. Yes. No, that's no more a leader. That's dictatorship.
All right, then let's take this conversation home this morning. The numbers to call are 0704 100 1905 or 0915 090 5905. You can drop your comments on Facebook at Midas Radio 905. Hello.
Right.
Good morning.
Yeah, I don't know you're speaking from Paris.
All right, talk to us quickly.
Yeah, first of all, let me say my greeting to this analytical guru.
Thank you.
This man with you is wonderful.
Thank you.
So the other day, I was trying to make my contribution and trying to blame the people for what is happening in Nigeria, and I was caught off. I was surprised. Now this man, this an analytical guru that's with you. Just spoke just on that. The fact is from the people. I am very happy. All the one we have in Nigeria, it is the people that cause it. If you do not remove this idea of we are going nowhere. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you for your opinion right there. Let's take this comment. Good morning to Esther and the engineer Muyiwa Obayanjo in the studio. I think the issue of insecurity. Okay, let's pick this one. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, this is Omlayo Thomas calling from Ado.
All right, talk to us.
Yes. On the issue of Atiku Abubakar, partnering with a particular company in order to
boost his image, to promote his image,
popular in terms of his political activities and to reveal the activities of this present government in Nigeria, in the United States of America. I think there is a lot of ways, a lot of strategic methods in which a particular candidate can employ to make him and his party and his ambition to be popular. So if the APC can partner with the former president of the United States, Barack Obama, to defeat Goodluck Jonathan in 2015, to label Goodluck Jonathan especially in terms of insecurity in this country. I think whatever the opposition can do to ensure that they defeat the incumbent president and the ruling party, he also can do so.
All right.
He
All
can
right.
do so.
All right.
He can do so because with this.
Oh, that's from.
Nigerians,
Okay.
Are you saying that the opposition should not employ all necessary methods, to unseat the city president? I am totally in support of the article.
All right.
Whatever I can do to make sure that he win
the election. Thank you for your comment right there. I think the issue of insecurity in the country is worrisome and unbearable, but Mr. President and APC government knows what to do to put an end to insecurity, but has refused to do it because of political interest and the second-term agenda. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
My name is Manager.
All right, talk to us.
I'm calling from it today. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This we are starting our interview. Maybe you give that to your birthday.
Maybe much later. Let's get to work.
Obviously, this morning, you are talking well on the issue of consensus or dictator. I don't know whether you really understand the struggle of the people. Why the people come to our former governor was that they are looking for somebody who will lead them to get what they want. Obviously, we have said that during the former governor and even the president, they are doing a procedure they are following that once you just speak, that is what you want. But we are tired of this process. And that is why maybe people thought maybe they went to our former governor, maybe they could have their say. There are many people are saying now, according to the news I had yesterday now, they said that there is nobody that has been picked yet, that no form has been given to anybody yet. So people are at home waiting for somebody to tell them that let us go for direct primary. Because the law says that if the issue of consensus does not agree, then we should go for primary. So if I in the situation, I don't see anywhere where they have made the preparation for primary because those people are aggressive. So therefore, sir, let it be known and let all these leaders know that people are at home. Those people they are not interested in most of them. Let us go for primary and see those people that can play the people.
All right. All right. Thank you for your opinion right there. Hello. Oh, that's from your end. You can do well to call us back. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Happy Easter.
I wish you the best of it.
Yeah, greetings to Engineer Abayanju.
Thank you.
I want to quickly react to the issue of the security. He has spoken so eloquently as regards that problem that is pretending this country. I mean, insecurity. One retired officer, an intelligence officer, Olawumi, presented the list of names of those people that were sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria to the late the former president, Buhari. But nothing happened. And I'm sure when this administration came on board, led by Ahmed Tinubu, I expect that list has to be revisited. Those people that are sponsoring insecurity in Nigeria, however, nobody is above the law. These people are supposed to be rounded up and tried.
All right.
To be prosecuted. All
right.
He spoke as regards, people collecting money. Nigerians who complain and complain and complain, but when election comes, they'll start collecting money. Their votes will be bought. They are forgetting that is their sovereignty that has been taken away from them.
All right.
People should open their. So as regards the laundering of image of Atiku has caused a lot of problems in this country. He was the one that disrupted the rotational arrangement with the PDP during that time. That led to what Wike is doing today. So, paradoxically, even if he had not disrupted that arrangement, if Wike had become the president of this country by now, would have been a very serious trouble because character of the man shows what his intention.
All right, that's how much we can take from your end. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
All
right, talk to us quickly, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
I really appreciate the analysis of Engineer Obanyanju. But what I want to say in essence concerning the insecurity is that Nigeria, no.
All right, thank you so much. That was a powerful message embedded in that song. Hello.
Hello, Ola from Ikole.
All right, Mr. Ola, talk to us quickly.
Yes, that issue of security, the people that in the north, majority education is a lifetime thing, and it opens people's eyes. Many of the northern youths are not educated, and that is why they have become easy to in the hand of terrorists. Then the issue of the ADC that they say they have sent people to a foreign mission. I think nothing is wrong with that, because this government, when they wanted to come on board, they used the international community against Jonathan. So if ADC is as what they have done to them as regards the removal of their leader, it is against court rulings. So it is illegal. So if they have gone to what community to inform them about these abnormalities, I don't think it is appropriate.
All right. Thank you for your own opinion right there. I don't think Mr. President is much concerned about the insecurity in the country, but putting his second-term agenda first in everything. These people should let there be peace in the country. Funnily enough, it's the masses that are suffering from all of these. From Otumba Gbenga Samuel, GRA, Ado-Ekiti. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. We wish you the best of it.
I'm calling from Ushi-Ekiti.
All right.
You earn respect, you earn big name, you don't buy it. Whether you pay the whole world, all the money of this world, if you don't have respect, if you don't earn it, you cannot buy it. That is my own take. The people that they are paying, are they the people that will come and vote here? What are they? In fact, they are just degrading this country. Where other smaller African countries, they do that things by their own. Emancipation from mental slavery. You cannot earn, you cannot buy image, you earn it. So Atiku, go and do your image. Even in Adamawa State, whether you pay the whole world, you cannot earn what you did not have. Good morning.
Thank you for your opinion right there. Good morning, Midas, and Happy New Week. I always laugh at our so-called leaders during religious and national celebration. They rally Nigerians round with rhetoric of unity and empty promises of better things ahead. Check the entrances on every October 1st, January 1st, and various religious celebration days since 1999, and yet there is no tangible development. They are, I don't want to mention the kind of persons, he said. Allah from Irikiti. Let's pick some of the comments we have on our Facebook page this morning. Johnny Mark says, good job, thank you. Oluwaseyi Michael says, you're doing well, thank you. Aliyah Omawumi says, good morning, thank you. Dr. Mrs. Olibera greeting us on the occasion of Easter and saying, may God grant us to die daily to sin so that we may live forever in the joy of his resurrection. Thank you. Great job. Good morning. Coming from Christian Roland. Olaleke Tonyin says, good morning. Thank you. Oluwaseyi Michael says, the root causes of these things should be tackled. Unemployment, injustice, and discipline need to be nipped in the bud. Government should convene a national security conference, grant them amnesty, leverage technology, seek help from international partners. Lucas Adetola says, you can remember 2014-15 when APC started running abroad to do press interviews. Lai Mohammed was going to Washington to drag Jonathan government to the extent America refused to sell ammunition to us. You see now that ADC is adopting the same method. Jonathan hired mercenaries. They were the one that stopped it. And what have they done differently from PDP? They ran out of over 12 years. He also said, since analysts are urging voters not to accept money during election, they should use the platform to also appeal to politicians to refrain from vote buying. Michael Akinloye Olubodun says, good morning from Ado-Ekiti. Thank you. Odo Danjuma says, my question this morning is going to Atiku Abubakar and his followers. What is his personal comment on this current massacre of lives in the country? Or is he only concerned about his ambition? Only Obi and others are condemning the insecurity, but I've not heard Atiku's comment. Well, he might have made some, but you did not say them. Engineer Obayanjo, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much, Esther. And happy Easter to you, Esther.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. We can no longer pick any more calls. We still have the phone lines buzzing. We'll be back tomorrow on another episode of Paper Trends on Midas Radio 90.5 FM here in Ado-Ekiti. Until then, I am Esther ISAH. I'm asking you to enjoy your holidays.
The submissions and opinions on this show are exclusively those of the analysts and the presenters. They do not represent the position of the station. Thank you.
Let's turn it up. This is Midas Radio 90.5 FM. Unrivaled entertainment non-stop.
Your attention, please.
Welcome to the Knowledge Hub. You're dialed into Midas Radio 90.5 FM, your prime source for a triple treat of information, education, and entertainment. Stay enlightened with intriguing discussions.
And just to bring you the results, Denver defeated the Lakers 112 to 1.
Learn something new and enjoy a blend of tunes that will uplift your mind. This is where curiosity meets groove. Exclusive on Midas Radio 90.5 FM. Unrivaled entertainment non-stop.
Let's turn it up. This is Midas Radio 90.5 FM. Unrivaled entertainment non-stop. What a song.
Ìgbà òṣùpá ń rèébi àti wọ̀, a ò tètè mọ̀, ojúmọ́ fẹ́ mọ́, ojúmọ́ ire mọ́ mi lónìí, mo wá ṣèbà àkọ́dá ayé o. Òjò ìtura rọ̀ sílẹ̀ rẹpẹtẹ, ilẹ̀ tó mọ́, ojúmọ́ ire ni. Mo ti bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́dà mi ṣàpérò, mo ti bẹ́ẹ̀ Èdùmàrè sọ̀rọ̀. Song tó ń gbé mi lọ́kàn, ó ti wí fún bí mo ṣe ń fẹ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ mo fẹ́ lẹ́dà ní sọ, kò sẹ́ni lè yí padà láéláé. Ọ̀rọ̀ mo bọ́ọ̀lù sọ, àṣẹ ti kú, ẹlẹ́dà kò ní gbàgbé o, ẹlẹ́dà kò ní gbàgbé o. Ó ti lẹ́rù lọ́ní, òjò ìbùkún yóò sì rọ̀, ìlérí ìfẹ́ lẹ́yìn, àwa yóò rí ìtura nínú látọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run wá. Mo ti bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́dà mi ṣàpérò, mo ti bẹ́ẹ̀ Èdùmàrè sọ̀rọ̀, mo ti sàn tó ń gbé mi lọ́kàn. Ọ̀rọ̀ gbàgbé ẹlẹ́dàá mi mo di ọmú ẹlẹ́dàá mi má gbàgbé ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ ohun tí mo wí nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ ẹ má gbàgbé ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ ohun tí mo wí nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ ẹ má gbàgbé.